Have you ever struggled trying to find a healthcare provider that you trust? I know it can be difficult to find someone that has your best interests at heart. Now, I'm going to go over the two key things to look for in your healthcare provider. I'm Dr. Amanda, and this is Freely Shine with Dr. Amanda, where every Friday at 12 p.m., we will be dropping different wellness related videos on a variety of health topics. Today, we're going to go over the two keys to finding a healthcare provider that will have your best interests at heart. Before we get into those two key things, obviously, when it comes to finding a healthcare provider, it can be extremely difficult. A lot of times people feel very discouraged that in any type of system, whether it's a medical system or a chiropractic office or a naturopath office, wherever they are looking for health, they may feel like they are simply a number and that the individual that is their doctor is not primarily concerned about their overall well-being. And that can be very disheartening. And I want you to know that the number one thing, no matter who your doctor is, to always remember is that the person who cares the most about your health always is going to be you, no matter what, even if you have the best doctor in the world. So don't be afraid to ask questions and prioritize your health, because the person who's going to look out for you the best is you. So whenever you go into any situation, even if you do your research beforehand so that you know the questions to ask, that's always going to make the outcomes for you the best they possibly can be. And I think a lot of times we put our doctors on these pedestals thinking that, because they have an MD or a DC or an ND or a DPT, whatever it is at the end of their name that makes them a doctor, we think, they must know everything. And the truth is, they are still human. They do not know everything. And you want to make sure that your doctor is humble about the fact that they cannot know everything. So, what are the two key things to look for in your healthcare providers, whatever healthcare providers you're looking for moving forward, whether it's your PCP, your chiropractor, your physical therapist, your dentist, whatever it is? The first thing that you should always look for is your doctor teaching you? Now, this is really, really important because most people think, I go to the doctor and they heal me, right? It's their job to fix me, whatever I have going on. The truth is, doctors are not, the root word of the word doctor is not healer. It's actually teacher in Latin. A good doctor should be teaching you about what's going on in your body, because the person who has the most control over your health is you. So if you don't understand what's going on in your own body, how are you going to get the most out of your health and the most out of your well-being? So when you say you go into the doctor and they do blood work and they find, you have low thyroid hormone levels. A lot of instances, what happens is you then are prescribed a prescription for Synthroid or a synthetic thyroid hormone. Now, what you should be doing in that instance, or what your doctor should be doing in that instance, is really asking the question, why? Right? Why is my thyroid hormone low? And then digging deeper and trying to uncover and educating you on why that could be the case. And that way you can come at it from actually getting to the root cause of why you may be experiencing the issues that you are experiencing. So if your doctor is not teaching you and helping you understand what's going on in your body, then in my opinion, they are doing you a disservice. Because the number one thing a doctor should be doing is teaching their patients how to need them less, right? Ideally, you should feel empowered to take control over your own health. And as a doctor, it's our job to empower you on what you can do to be the healthiest version of you from inside and out. The second thing to look for in your doctor, the second key to finding a world-class healthcare provider, is congruence. And what I mean by congruence is your doctor should practice what they preach. Your healthcare provider, your life coach, whoever you're getting any information from, well, they better be practicing what they preach. That is one of my biggest things, and it was actually one of the things that really motivated me to even start to teach on YouTube, was because I knew that the more that I was sharing what I was learning and what I know that helps me be healthy and live whole body wellness, mind, body, soul, I knew that if I was teaching that, it's holding me accountable to do the things that I tell you to do as well. So, for example, if I'm telling my patients that they should be drinking half their body weight in ounces every day, and I'm in the corner with a bottle of Coca-Cola and I don't ever drink water, well, if I was that patient, I would be like, excuse me, is it really that important? Because clearly you're not doing it, right? And that's why you should be looking at your healthcare provider and even asking them the questions, well, what would you do if you were me in this situation, right? Say you had some issue going on. Say you had neck pain, right? I'm a chiropractor. A patient comes in and they have neck pain. If they were to ask me, well, what would you do in this situation? Well, if I'm a chiropractor, my response, depending on their history and their exam findings, well, should be you need chiropractic care if it qualifies for their case, correct, right? You wouldn't expect me to say, oh, well, you need surgery, because that wouldn't be congruent with what I believe, what I practice. You want to go to a chiropractor or you want to go to a physical therapist that does the exercises they're telling you to do. You want to go to a chiropractor that actually gets adjusted, right? I've worked in offices where none of the chiropractors were getting adjusted, and yet we are telling our patients the value of spinal alignment and being adjusted regularly, but we're not doing it ourselves. Excuse me, that doesn't smell too congruent. So when it comes to your doctors, are they doing what they tell you you need to do? And obviously you can't always tell, right? A patient doesn't know what I'm doing for my morning routine every day, doesn't know if I'm going to the gym like I tell them they need to be exercising, right? So that's the big keys to finding a trustworthy healthcare provider is, are they teaching you, right? Can you ask them the question why, and they will explain it, right? I have low thyroid, I have back pain, why, right? Ask them the question. And then number 2, do they practice what they preach? Are they congruent? If they're telling you to do something, they better be doing it as well if it's that important or that valuable. So hopefully these 2 tips are helpful and you can use them in the future when it comes to finding the best healthcare providers for you and whatever services that you require. This has been Freely Shine with Dr. Amanda. If you've made it to this point in the video, congratulations. I'm very proud of you. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and look for future content that will be coming out every Friday at 12 p.m. Also, I do have a free wellness quiz that I will include in a link in this description. So feel free to click on that and take the quiz and see if you are a wellness warrior or a wellness seeker. So hopefully you've had some enlightening minutes here, and I look forward to seeing you in the future. Shine on, everyone.